Hello and welcome to another episode of the Magic Kings podcast with the great big beautiful dads. Mike, what's up?
Hey, Steve, we're back. We're back again.
We're back. What's going on?
Unbelievable. It's
can't get rid of it.
Can't stop the signal here with the Magic Kings podcast. We're just gonna keep it rolling.
It's getting to be summertime here. Shout out to everyone who's listening to us this summer. And thanks to everyone who's left reviews. I want to read out a review. I don't know if you saw this, Mike, from Apple Podcasts.
Ooh, no.
Okay.
I haven't seen this yet.
All right. So this is from Clark 637889999. Okay. Shout out to, my mom's maiden name is Clark. I might be related to this person, So the title is Fish and Chips. I can see you're already excited.
Whoa.
5-star review.
All right.
Clark says, my husband and I are planning our first trip since 2017, so a lot has changed. I have been enjoying catching up on everything with Mike and Steve to best prepare for my trip. Very nice of you. Thank you, Clark.
Yep.
As a fellow Massachusetts native,
Ooh.
Shout out to you, Massachusetts. I may be a little biased. Yes, well, we are great Massachusetts people, even though my roots in Rhode Island, but, I think I've been accepted, maybe. So then Clark finishes with, I got to ask, though, Mike, is the fish and chips in Disney better than anything you had in New England? And he or she says, thanks for the laughs, guys. Thank you, Clark. So, Mike, I'm throwing it to you.
This is a great question. I think I've said this before. I've had some great fish and chips in New England, and we are known for good seafood. In fact, I think we might have this might be a good tease for some content that we're going to be creating here with the group.
Unbelievable.
So maybe some future fish and chip tasting opportunities. I've had really good fish and chips. I think the Yorkshire County fish and chips, it's a combination of the atmosphere. It's literally like the only thing they make, and they make it perfect. It's perfect every time. Right? Like sometimes with fish and chips at a fried food place, they do fried clams, they do French fries, they do all this other stuff. And, you might get some weird calamari mixed in there or whatever. And, that just kind of ruins the vibe for it. You don't have that problem at Yorkshire County Fish. It's perfect every time, and you get the great atmosphere. And you're at EPCOT, you're at Disney. So to me, it's at the top. It's at the top.
Wow, number one, better than any New England fish and chips.
So
wow.
far, I haven't been swayed yet, but and I've tried a lot of fish and chips, but we'll see.
We're gonna have to go. Me and you, and also Steve and Ashley are gonna have to go. I think we're going soon to the legendary Yield Fish and Chips in Woonsocket.
I'm excited. This is one I have not tried, so we could have a challenger here to Yorkshire County Fish.
Steve and I went to high school in Woonsocket,
yeah.
And I don't think either of us has ever been there either. I've never been, and Steve's never had fish and chips apparently, other than Yorkshire County. So it's gonna be a first for all of us, despite this being a legendary spot. So we'll get back to you, Clark, and thanks for listening. And Clark, if you need help planning, you know who to contact. Steve at Just Magic Travel. My services are free.
Yes.
So I'm happy to help with anything that you need. But we so appreciate you leaving a 5-star rating and review. It
Absolutely.
Is so nice of you. It's so much fun. Yeah. When I saw fish and chips, I was like, oh, this is a good one.
This is great.
So.
And it's a great lead-in to our topic for this episode.
Yes. Oh, my God.
So, Steve, do you want to introduce it? Because I feel like I'm going to hog the mic here a little bit. So I'll let you give us the little bit of a lead-in, and then I'll take it away.
That's right. It's usually my job. I don't want to say I usually feel like I'm yapping, but I'm excited to take a back seat. But way back in episode, it's like one of our first few episodes, we did an episode that I led, which was a 2-day strategy for the Magic Kingdom. And we talked all about lightning lanes and just the whole thing. And we actually got a lot of good feedback. It was a very early episode, but a lot of people listened to it. So we thought, why don't we do this for the other parks? And what better place to go for a 1 day, because most people, you can do 1 day in a park. Magic Kingdom is probably the most common 2 days. But 1 day at none other than the home of Yorkshire County Fish Shop, EPCOT, Mike's favorite park.
I love EPCOT. Yep. Yeah.
So this one's right in your bailiwick.
Yes. Yeah, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I'm going to caveat this with, I would typically try to do EPCOT throughout 2 days or even more. But what I'm going to give you today would be if I had one day and I was going to totally max out the day and I could set the perfect conditions and parameters for a great day at EPCOT, this is what it would be. So this is my 1 day strategy for EPCOT and how I would plan it out to maximize everything at EPCOT that I possibly can. So I'll lead off with, this is going to be somewhat tailored towards my family. And as we've talked about, right, like I've got a bunch of kids, all different ages, different interests, different rides that they want to go on. And that being said, I am going to set sort of the initial assumptions here for how this day is going to go. So number one, this would be not during the Food and Wine Festival, because that would slightly change my strategy a little bit to maximize some of the food options. This would be any old other time of the year, whether it's Garden Festival or anything else, just not Food and Wine, because Food and Wine is a big deal and it makes a difference when you're going through EPCOT. Also, I'm going to assume that we nailed it on lightning lanes, that I called my travel agent Steve, that we planned ahead of time. We're going to make that assumption that, and listeners, if you want that to work out that way, you just got to call Steve, and he'll take care of business here for you. But so we're going to assume the lightning lane strategy is on point. The other thing that I've talked about many times, and we're Skyliner squad all the way, I'm staying at a Skyliner resort. So I am entering EPCOT through the International Gateway at the back of the park. Okay. We stayed at Beach Club. We've stayed at a couple of resorts on Skyliner. If I had to choose, so Beach Club is amazing. It's great. Obviously a deluxe resort. So just to throw the listeners a bone, let's say you're going to go moderate, right? You're not going to spring for deluxe. You're going to go moderate. I highly recommend Caribbean Beach Resort. As I've said before, this is probably my favorite, definitely my favorite moderate, one of my favorite resorts, even amongst the deluxes I've stayed at, and it's Skyliner. What I typically recommend or request when I'm staying at Caribbean Beach is I request a room in the Jamaica area, and I'll tell you why. So the Jamaica area is situated directly next to the Skyliner hub, where there's the transfer station between Hollywood and the other one that goes to EPCOT, and then the one that goes, there's 3 lines, and then one goes to EPCOT, one goes to Hollywood, and one goes to like Pop Century and Art of Animation down the other end. That part of Caribbean Beach is like super easy to walk right onto the Skyliner through the hub. And for EPCOT, it's great because you can get right over to EPCOT. And if you're doing a Hollywood Studios day, you can get right to Hollywood Studios, and you don't need to transfer out of your Skyliner to get to whatever park you're doing. So the setup here is we're at Caribbean Beach Resort. We're at the Jamaica section of Caribbean Beach. We're rope dropping, because if you're maximizing your day, we're talking start to finish. The kids are going to be crying at the end of the day because we're driving them hard. Nobody's taking any breaks or naps. Okay. So this is a perfect day at EPCOT where we hit everything that we want to hit. So we'll start our day here at Caribbean Beach Resort. We're going to wake up ready to go.
I love it.
Get at the rope drop of the International Gateway.
Sign me up.
And I'm starting off, before I even get on that Skyliner, there is a Joffrey's Coffee station right at the entrance to Skyliner. They do have some specialty drinks that are unique to that Joffrey's Coffee.
Oh my God.
Iced coffee drink. So you can get a little snack here. You can get a little, donut or a cinnamon roll. So we're starting off with a nice big iced coffee, getting right on the Skyliner, heading over to the International Gateway for rope drop. Now, amazing. As I've said, I've already talked to my travel agent, Steve, and we've set up a great day here with lightning lanes. We did lightning lane single for Guardians of the Galaxy, and very popular lightning lane. So our Guardians time is going to be in the mid-afternoon. Let's say the 3 o'clock time frame. This actually is when I had my Guardians time on our last trip. So the scenario works out. We also did lightning lane multipass with our travel agent, Steve. And we went for Test Track as our tier 1.
Okay.
We got an early morning Soarin', and we got the new Soarin' Across America, which we're very excited to try out. And then we're doing a Figment turn and burn.
Okay. Oh.
So Figment, turn and burn early, then our Soarin', and then we've got early afternoon Test Track, late afternoon Guardians. Okay, so just setting the stage. Those are where we're at.
Beautiful.
We're not making a lunch reservation because I'll tell you why. I think you probably know why we're not making a lunch reservation. But we've got a dinner reservation at Teppan Edo. And obviously this is one of my favorites at EPCOT. I love Teppan Edo. Great spot in Japan. Hibachi restaurant, really good food, good drinks. Everything's great atmosphere. So those are the existing reservations that we have. Okay.
And I want to say Lightning Lane and everything, very realistic. As
Very
you said,
realistic.
is really what it was like for your trip. But yes, very realistic here.
These were great. Yeah, these were actually what we ended up with for Lightning Lanes. Now, if you recall my trip recap, we had a very different EPCOT day than what I'm about to describe because we did Audible and we took some pool time in the morning. So it'll sort of start off, but I'll tell you, like, if I could plan the perfect day, this is what it would. This is the way we go.
This is beautiful.
Okay, so we're taking the International Gateway over. We're getting in. We are rope dropping Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and I'm a big rope drop at Remy's guy. Now,
Easy move.
We're going to assume that a lot of people are rope dropping, and this is a very real scenario. A lot of people rope drop Remy's from International Gateway. It does get busy even in the morning before it opens. But if you've got Big Magic Mike with you or Grandpa, send them into the bakery. Get those croissants while you're waiting in line. Pro move.
Bro. And people, I don't know if it's so much anymore, but people used to rope drop that bakery.
Yeah.
Because it used to be so, I don't know if it's quite as crazy anymore, but maybe. I don't really know.
And let me say, this only works if you have somebody that's willing to risk it and run, right? Because the ride queue and the bakery open at the same time. Yeah. So if you're in the pre-line, we'll call it, where people are kind of lining up before they let you into the real queue, that thing is moving. Everyone's hustling at the same time the bakery's opening, and they dilly-dally at the bakery. I'd say they're probably not, opening right at 8:30, whatever time it opens. So unless you got somebody that's willing to hoof it over to the bakery and then back with a bag full of pastries, you might be in trouble. But it's doable. It's been done. So
it's been done. That's right.
Don't tell me it's not possible. See, don't tell me it's
Never
not.
tell me the odds.
Never tell me the odds. Okay. And so the next thing we're going to do is, you might assume, hey, we're in France, we're going to do World Showcase. No. We're backtracking. We're going back to UK. First thing we're doing at UK is we're going in the back. We're going to visit Pooh because my kids love Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh. As you know, Steve, Winnie the Pooh hangs out in the back of the UK pavilion. There's like Christopher Robin's house, and you go into his bedroom and Pooh Bear's in there.
And no line.
No, typically, there's not usually people back there. And shout out to the cast member. I wish I got his name. Shout out to the cast member at the Winnie the Pooh spot in the back there. Only person that made a comment on my Drink Beverly shirt. And he said, I've never seen a Beverly shirt before. That's amazing. That's what he said to me.
That's great. I wish I could say Beverly had like a cult following.
I know,
I think it's just
us.
Steve.
Yeah, it's just us.
And Melanie likes it. I think so.
Yeah. We're starting the cult. We haven't. That's the cult isn't. There's not quite the cult following yet, but we're starting. So we're gonna do a little quick pop in to visit Pooh, and then we're gonna hit our Figment turn and burn. So we're gonna just breeze past Canada, do our turn and burn. We're immediately gonna get in the app and see if we can get a late night Frozen. Okay.
Beautiful.
This is probably tough if it's a busy day. You might not get a Frozen, but if you get it early enough, you might get a late Frozen, like an 8 o'clock or 8:30, sometime in that range. It is possible. So we're going to look for that Frozen after the turn and burn. So then we're going to hoof it right over to our Soarin' Lightning Lane in the Land Pavilion. Now, if we've got time, depending on the exact timing of our Land Pavilion Soarin' ride, we're either going to do Living with the Land. There it is.
Let's go.
We're either going to do Living with the Land before or after, or maybe a little bit of before and after. Maybe we double up on Living with the Land. Who knows? We could go nuts, right?
Hey, you're at Epcot.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to do Living with the Land. We're going to do Soarin'. At this point, we're still early in the morning. We're probably pushing maybe 10, 11 o'clock at this point. I would say.
Sure. Yep.
Because Soarin', even with Lightning Lane, Soarin' can be a little bit of weight, and you're going to do Living with the Land. That's, 15, 20 minutes right there.
Yep.
But as you know, it's Florida. It's going to start getting hot, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick little stroll through Moana Way of Water here. We're going to cool off. We're going to hit the misters. We're going to throw some water up in the air. We're going to cool off. And then we're going to pop into the Seas with Nemo and hang out at the aquarium for a little bit. We're going to check out the manatees. We're going to walk around and see some of the sea creatures and sea life. Maybe squeeze in a turtle talk with Crush if we can.
Hey.
You never know. That could be, if the timing works, that could work out perfectly.
I'm going to actually back up for 1 second. Because I'm a Lightning Lane guy.
Yes.
When you used your Soarin' Lightning Lane,
you
said it was later in the morning.
Yep.
What's your thought process of what you're grabbing next?
That's a great question. So not much is left that we haven't already planned for or gotten. We could go for a Turtle Talk, or we could go for like a Spaceship Earth or even a Mission Space.
Yep. My
crew is probably going to skip Mission Space. So that's why I left that one off. But maybe maybe a Spaceship Earth, because that'll probably be, that's usually not too bad, but skipping the line doesn't hurt on that one, right?
Totally. Yeah, and I think basically at this point, you have taken care of all of the potential super long lines in EPCOT.
That's
your
right.
Up-Drop Remy's, you have your Lightning Lanes for Cosmic Rewind and Test Track, and then you grabbed one later on for Frozen. That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
Everything else, something could have a 20-minute wait. All right. And,
totally.
And exactly as you just said, you use your Lightning Lanes as they come up for rides that kind of make sense as you're going along. So Spaceship Earth would be a great one. Hey, why not skip a 15-minute wait if you can, right? So just keep getting them. So that's perfect.
So far we've gone from France, UK, skipped up to Imagination, gone up to the land, gone up to the sea. So we've kind of done this upward arc. We're hitting lunchtime. We're getting a little hungry. Everybody's getting a little cranky. We're still not far from our friends in the UK pavilion at the Yorkshire County Fish Shop. We've cooled off in the aquarium. We've done our Moana. We're going to do a little bit of a journey back down to UK, and we're going to get our fish and chips for lunch.
I love it.
And if we need a little bit of a mid-morning pre-lunch pick-me-up, there is a Joffrey's I believe it's between UK and Canada, that I talked about that has this Dubai chocolate coffee espresso drink. If you need a little bit of a, if the day's hard on you and you want a little bit of a kick, you can throw some Kahlua in there. They did a little bit of they make it an adult version as well. But maybe we get one of those on the way back to UK. I don't know.
Hey, who knows?
Yeah. So we're getting our fish and chips in here. We're making sure that happens for lunch. As you know, little debacle on my trip where we pushed it to the last possible minute. But
I was sweating for you.
We're making this the lunch priority here at UK. Alternately, if you're not a big fish and chips fan like I am, another great lunch option, quick serve option. There's many. Epcot's full of great options to eat, but you could also just as easily swing around towards Mexico and go to La Cantina, which is the quick serve outside of the Mexico Pyramid. Great food there, great tacos, and you can actually, at lunchtime, you can sneak in the back door and go inside and sit inside, which a lot of people don't really realize you can do that. So you can actually get some nice air conditioning seating inside that building there. So that would be an alternate if you're not a big fish and chips fan, but who wouldn't be,
Who's not a fish and chips fan here? I mean,
exactly.
Come on. And that restaurant is like La Hacienda or something. That's where you can sit during the day.
During the
night,
day.
It's a restaurant that
Correct.
You can't sit in, right?
There's like a back door.
Yeah.
If you walk out towards the water, it's not marked or anything, but you can go in and it's open during lunchtime because they don't do a lunch seating for La Hacienda. So you can go in and bring your quick serve food in there, eat inside in the air conditioning. It's a great spot that a lot of people don't know about. So
100%. That's a great tip.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna work back towards. We've got early afternoon test track that we set up our lightning lane. So we're working back towards that test track. We're going to walk over there, and this is maybe when we also hit our Spaceship Earth, if we had done that Spaceship Earth lightning lane as the backup, because we're right in that vicinity. We've also got some time between test track and Guardians. So obviously you've got to make a pit stop at Club Cool while you're in that area, right? So perfect timing. You've done your test track. You just hit 65 miles an hour. You need a little bit of you need to calm down a little bit from the high of speeding around that track. And what better way than to sip a nice smooth Beverly?
There's no better way.
Nope. It's great.
You could just spend the rest of the day there, you know?
Yeah, you can hang out. There's also a little play area over there for the kids. There's some, obviously, the shopping, creations, and connections over there. You can get a snack. You could risk it and go mission space. Maybe we would do that. Some of us would do it. Not all my kids would be up for it, but a couple of them could possibly do it. And we're just going to hang around in that center area, check out some of the stuff, maybe look at Cool Kids Summer with Goofy at the... What do they call it? The Communicore Plaza there. Communicore Hall. And then we're getting on our Guardians in late afternoon, call it in the 3 o'clock time frame. We're getting on our Guardians of the Galaxy Lightning Lane.
Amazing.
Yep. So right now we've basically done the entire front of the park and left side, or Imagination Land Seaside. We've already done France, UK, Canada. We're in a prime position. We've got most of the park already knocked off, right?
And I just want to say, like, this right here is super realistic.
Yeah.
Because Epcot, if you get those 4 rides we already said that have long waits, either, you have Lightning Lanes for them or Euroshop or whatever. The rest, you can be picking up Lightning Lanes. You can just be waiting in short lines. And if you're just going, you can really bang it out in a matter of, 2/3 of a day, as you're saying, if that's what you're after, doing all the rides. So I love this.
And so we're up in that corner by Guardians, right? Now I'm actually going to cut through, and I don't know if you know this little secret cut through, is next to the test track, there is like a little walkway over the water that goes to, it's where the baby care center is, Odyssey. The Odyssey building. And in the Odyssey building, you actually are going to walk through there. That's where you can get the orange bird smoothie. Yes. And then they do like a test kitchen. So sometimes they have like odd foods and weird stuff in there. Yeah. But that is a quick serve spot. So you can actually cut across the bridge, walk through the Odyssey, and then pop out right at the Mexico Pavilion. Yeah. So this is like a secret cut through that I do quite a bit to avoid the center traffic down the center spoke. And then I'm going World Showcase, clockwise World Showcase, right? So I'm hitting Mexico, I'm doing 3 Caballeros, maybe dropping the Tequila Cave, maybe, who knows, when in Mexico.
That's right.
To be realistic, we probably don't have our frozen time for a little while, right? So we're going to breeze past Norway. Maybe we'll check out the shop. Maybe we'll see some of the other stuff. We're going to go past Norway. We're going to go check out China, maybe look in there, maybe catch the show. We're going to walk past the outpost, and we're going to go right into Germany. Maybe we'll get some of that caramel popcorn that our friend Adam was talking about, the caramel couche, the Werther's. So good. Maybe we can get a little snack at Summerfest quick service there.
Check out the train set.
Yep, check out the model train. Yeah, that's a great point. Then we can drop in Italy. Then we can hit the America Pavilion. If it's during the Garden Rocks Festival, maybe we'll hang out and watch a little bit of music. They typically have some performances that go on right there at the America Pavilion. Maybe we'll hit the American Adventure Show. And then probably at this point, we could work our way back to get on our Frozen Lightning Lane that we're thinking is probably in the evening hours. So we're going to hit that. And then we are going to work our way to Japan, check out the department store, and sit down at our hibachi table for our delicious Teppen Edo dinner. And at this point, we've done everything except for like Morocco, right? But we could always, depending on timing of rides and things like that, we could check out Morocco. I actually really like to stand in the Morocco area to watch Luminous, right? So I'm going to end the night watching Luminous right outside the Morocco Pavilion. I think it's a great spot. It's not too crowded. There's some good spots you can see everything from Morocco. You get a good view of the whole lagoon, and we're going to enjoy the fireworks from World Showcase. That's
Oh my
typically how I would try to do it anyways. Now, I did a little bit of a drawing. So what we ended up with here, Steve, I don't have a good name for this, but we did like a cat shape with the, this is basically like this is how we did it, right? So
Yeah.
we could throw up a better graphic on the socials than what I just did. I'm
I
sure
don't think that's possible. That was fantastic.
So yeah, we basically did like a little cat-shaped trajectory around EPCOT.
Yes.
So the scenario I just outlined, obviously, that's best case scenario, right?
Sure.
That's if you hit all your lightning lanes, you get all the timing, you're not hung up on anything. And that's the perfect day, I would say. My perfect day at EPCOT. I would also make the argument alternatively that EPCOT to me is typically a multi-day park where I do bits and pieces on different days with a park hopper. I just think it's enjoyable, especially if you're at one of the Skyliner hotels or you're at Beach Club Yacht Club, you're at Swan and Dolphin, or you're at Boardwalk and you can walk in through International Gateway. Those hotels being over there is a game changer with EPCOT. Like you can really check out World Showcase one day and not like, I think it was Adam who said like you can go into EPCOT, not do any rides and still have an awesome day. And I totally agree with that take. Like just hanging out in World Showcase, especially, maybe if you're not with the kids, you're with just some adults or friends and you want to do, enjoy some food and beverages. During Food and Wine Festival, it's even more important to like try to do it as a 2-day because you're going to want to try to hit all the food carts, go through World Showcase and really enjoy the atmosphere and all the unique things that they add for that. It's a really cool time of year to be at EPCOT. So that's an alternative is I would say maybe do it as a 2-day and, different from the cat strategy as we'll call it.
Right.
But yeah, I think if everything was perfect in that, you could hit all the things you wanted to hit, that would be my ideal day at EPCOT.
And I just want to say, like, you're saying best case scenario, which it is, partially because rides go down at Disney World, right? As soon as you're ready to go on Soarin', it'll be down. You know what I mean? Something like that will happen. You'll have to pivot. But in terms of the strategy of walking it out, lightning lanes, lines, what you laid out is not unrealistic at all. And it's like you kind of get all, except for maybe, as you were saying, like Frozen, in terms of a major ride, which you got a lightning lane for later. You got all the major rides, all the rides, period, done, let's say by 4:30,
Right.
And then you have that 3 hours or 2 hours, whatever it is before dinner to do whatever you want in the World Showcase.
Yep.
And so I think for the people who you're going to Disney World, you're doing the week in Disney World, you want to kind of check all your boxes, then what you laid out is a beautiful thing. I mean, it's really a way to do it that if you stick to it, it's very realistic.
Yeah,
that was a whirlwind, but no, you can do it. Epcot's great like that.
Yeah,
you can just be picking up lightning lanes, right? Picking them up. I mean, once you get those major ones out of the way, picking up Living with the Land, picking up Spaceship Earth, it's really nice like that. So
yeah, and Epcot's also like it's huge, but it's really like if you're trying to get on rides, they're kind of clustered. Like you could do pretty easily some zigzagging between land and Test Track or Land and Guardians or Seas, and
they're not far.
They're not far, right? Like you can cut through the middle. There was a time when they were doing the whole renovation of Communicore where you couldn't cut through, like you had to go all the way around, and that was tricky, right? Like it was hard to get around that without really walking a long distance. But now it's so easy to just cut through. So like you don't have to stay on one side or the other. I think it just makes it easier. And then also like double up on stuff, right? Like go back on Living with the Land, go back on, some like Spaceship Earth, Figment. Like these ones they're ones that you can get on 3 Caballeros. Like you leave your family at the dinner table, go on 3 Caballeros, and then come back and eat, and then go on again.
3 Caballeros challenge.
Yeah.
Trademark Magic Kings podcast.
Do you think anyone's ever done that before?
No.
We pulled it
No,
off?
I mean, probably, but no one's ever talked about it publicly.
No one's ever admitted to it. Yeah, so that would be my perfect day, like a perfect day at Epcot, right? I've done all sorts of different variations of Epcot days. As you know, we did the rope drop Remy's, back to the hotel and relax for a little while, and then spend the afternoon. We didn't get as much World Showcase time on that as I would have liked, but we were also at those resorts, so we were able to kind of pop in and see some World Showcase stuff on other days. But if I had one day and I had to make it happen, that's the strategy I'm going with.
100%. No, I think as with planning any day, the questions of, are you getting Lightning Lane, multi-pass, and single pass? What are your must-dos, right? You know, those things apply to Epcot. And if your must-dos are kind of like most of the rides, you know, then this is great.
Yeah.
I think a big question with Epcot is, what do you want to get out of the World Showcase?
Right.
Do you want to have the time to stroll?
Right.
Do you want to do specific things? Do you not really care about the strolling and checking things out aspect? That will shape your day in a big way as well. And anything is fine. It's just up to what you kind of want to do. I love to stroll the World Showcase. Sometimes sometimes in August, it's hard to do that, right?
Yeah,
So,
and that's sort of like what I was thinking too is, and I didn't really mention this, but like World Showcase does get real hot and it's long, right? So like, you know, in a daytime or morning, midday, it's tough to walk the World Showcase when it's, you know, high noon and it's hot and humid, right? Like I love World Showcase when it's evening and it's starting to get cooler and the light, you know, the sun's going down, they get all the lights on. It's just a different atmosphere, and it's like really cool to see some of the countries in that lighting. Go to Italy at night. It feels like you're in Italy, right? Like if you go, like totally. It just does. It's just like it really brings the atmosphere in. Like France, you know, you see people dining in the restaurant, and it feels like you're in like a street in Paris, right? Like it just adds to the ambiance, to like the rest of the world kind of melts away, and you're in those pavilions. So I really do enjoy those, trying to maximize those at the evening hours, because I think it does add something to it. During the hot hours, go wait in the Guardians queue, or go in the land, or go in the sea, right? Yes. Be inside in those things. That's kind of how I see it. But if you're there to like party hard and do drinking around the world, like then maybe you got a different strategy, right? Like, but I'm there with my kids, and I'm, you know, I'd love to stop in and have a drink at the Tequila Cave, but I'm not hitting every single drink restaurant around the world. At least at this point in my life, I'm not pulling that off.
That's a tall task for anybody. There's 11 countries, plus the outpost has drinks, I think. No, this is amazing. So I have a goofball. I actually have a couple of things in my strategy questions for you.
Let's go.
So you talked about coming to the International Gateway. And for those, I mean, we've talked about it a lot. I don't think we have to go over it, but there's a back entrance to Epcot where if you're staying in an Epcot resort or on the Skyliner, you come in the back, and it's right at the France, UK kind of spot. Most people, though, are coming in the front of Epcot.
That's right.
Under the ball, right? Spaceship Earth. If you're coming on the monorail or on the bus or you're driving, you're coming in the front. Mm-hmm. So how does that change your strategy?
I think it's a completely different strategy. And you're also fighting a different rope drop crowd, right?
Yes.
I feel like if you're coming in the front, the rope drop crowd, they're either going to Guardians or they're going to Test Track. And people are hustling over in that direction, or maybe they're going to Soarin', right? Like those are the rope drop rides when you're coming in the front entrance. If you're coming in the front and you're trying to rope drop Remy's or rope drop Frozen, maybe you get Frozen, but you're not making it. You're going to be waiting a long time for Remy's, right? If that's the rope drop ride.
Forget Remy's. Forget Remy's. Yeah. Frozen, if that's what you need to do. I think you're as far from Frozen from the front as you are from the back, roughly. Yeah. So I don't think they're beating you there. So I don't think Frozen, if that's kind of what your strategy calls for, is bad.
I think
forget Remy's.
Can I say something controversial? I think
let's hear it.
If I'm coming in the front entrance, I don't think I'm gonna rope drop. I think I'm gonna take my time, and maybe I'm gonna do some of the low weight rides early and have my Lightning Lane set up for later in the day for some of the popular rides. Similar setup maybe than what we did, but maybe I get a Remy's Lightning Lane instead of a Soarin' or something like that, right? So I'm going into the land and I'm doing Living with the Land, right? It's a different day for me, right? Like it's a different strategy coming in the front. And quite honestly, like we didn't do that all that much. Like we were always International Gateway, probably not rope dropping if I'm coming in the front, to be honest. Yeah.
That's
a hot take. Yeah.
I think Epcot and Animal Kingdom especially, you can't have that attitude because there are so many things to do that are not, the big rides. Magic Kingdom Hollywood, it's a little harder to do that, especially Hollywood. But I think you're right in that Guardians is a huge rope drop.
Yep.
And then, I think it'll be Test Track, some Soarin', and some Frozen, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it is some Frozen.
Yeah.
And that just not Remy's, for sure.
Yeah. It's just so far from the front. I always hear this from people that are like, they're the around the world crowd. They're always like, are you going Mexico or are you going Canada? And I'm going neither, because I'm going France, right? Like, I'm going International Gateway. So people say that, I'm like, neither. I'm not going. Yeah. I'm not starting in the front like you. I'm staying at Caribbean Beach and I'm getting dropped off on the Skyliner. So that's just how it goes.
So I got another goofball for you.
Let's go.
Strategy here. So for many people, and I do not blame anybody for this, whatever, they say, enough is enough with the nickel and diming. I am not getting this single pass to just skip the line on one ride. Enough is enough, Disney.
Yeah.
What do you say to those people? How does your strategy change when you're not doing the single pass?
I mean, that's a tough one for me because it's my favorite ride. It's such a great ride. I'm imploring them, no, but you gotta go on Guardians. Like, I don't care. Wait in line. Like, you just gotta experience it, right? So I'm usually, I think you wait in that general admission line one time, and then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's why it's $23 for the
$16.
16, whatever. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Next time I'm gonna do that, right? I mean, you could make the argument to skip multipass for Epcot, right? Like, because like, if you're doing maybe you do a single pass for Guardians and then you skip multipass, and you could still get on most or all the rides. Like, you could even get Remy's and Frozen during the fireworks, or if there's evening hours, like, those rides are a lot less crowded during those times. So maybe you're working it that way and you're saying, well, maybe I'll just risk it with those ones that are super long and soaring and try to do it evening hours, or maybe I can get it when it's a lull during fireworks or whatever it is. You could make the argument that you could very easily skip multipass, and it's really those three rides really that are the big heavy hitters that you're going to wait in line for, and you could get on everything else with a reasonable wait or no wait and have a really great day.
I love that strategy. I think if it's all about saving money, I would almost say, just get the single pass, because as those other three rides, it's Soarin', Remy's, and Frozen, and even you see Soarin' goes up and down throughout the day. You can hit a 25-minute wait for Soarin', at certain points in the day. You kind of have to hit it at just the right time, but Remy's never goes down, I feel. Yeah. And so you're waiting in that. And then Frozen's pretty consistent. Oh, and Test Track. I forgot about
Test Track. Yeah, so maybe it's those four.
Yeah, those four.
Maybe you don't hit all four, but you're still going to have a great day, right? Like, this last trip, we didn't get on Frozen, right? And we kind of knew that coming in, that we probably weren't going to get Frozen, just the way we were working it with rope dropping Remy's, and then we had lightning lanes for everything else. But that's okay, right? Like, maybe you hit 3 out of 4, 2 out of 4, and you're still going to have, like, Epcot's, there's so much to do. You're still going to have an awesome day.
No, I think that's it. I think if all 4 are rides that you need to do, and you do get the single pass for Guardians, rope drop one of them, probably Test Track, I guess, and then hit the other 3, and you'll get through those lines with still plenty of time to do a lot of other things in Epcot. At other parks, it's sort of a decision of like, am I going to do this ride or not? It's like if every one of those rides is your must-dos and you just want to gut it out and wait in line, you can do it.
Right.
You can actually do it.
Yeah.
In Magic Kingdom, you can't. Right. You will sacrifice a lot if you end up waiting in line after line after line. So yeah,
that's a great point. I also wanted to throw out, first I wanted to say, I'm sure we're going to get lots of feedback. Call it maybe not feedback, but we'll get lots of feedback from the listeners here and social media followers for this take, because I feel like everybody has like their preferred strategy for, like, a lot of people have different strategies for Epcot. I think for me, this one works great, but I'd love to hear what other people think. And so definitely chime in listeners, chime in on the comments or leave a review and tell us how you do your EPCOT strategy. And I'll leave the listeners here that have stayed on and toughed it out here on my EPCOT strategy. I'm going to give you guys a couple hidden gems here that are tips for EPCOT that I like. And I've mentioned most of these, but I'm going to call out a couple things. If you're with kids, that Odyssey pathway and the baby care center, take advantage of the baby care center, especially if you got little kids. It's cool. Kids, you can change the baby. The other kids, if you got other kids with you, there's a spot they can sit and watch TV. And then even like that Odyssey building, you could just sit in there. It's never crowded. It's like an easy pathway to escape from the crowds. So check that out. Cut through that direction. That's a big win there. I also feel like nobody uses the boats that transport between the two. You know, if you want to just kind of like skip through a couple pavilions and get across the lagoon, like hop on one of those boats. Maybe wait 5-10 minutes for the boat, but they run every 15 and they go kind of straight shot on either side, and they go from the front to Morocco or to, I think it's Germany or something on that side. Those are great. You sit down, you cool off. It skips 2 or 3 countries and you cut across the lagoon. I definitely take advantage of those, especially on a hot day. Not a lot of people know or use those boats, but I feel like that's a great option as well.
100%, yeah. No, I feel like EPCOT is the one, just talking about strategy, where even if you're not zigzagging, crisscrossing, you're doing a lot of steps. I mean, you're doing a lot of steps at Disney World every day, no matter what. Sure. Don't get me wrong. Yep. But it is a lot of ground to cover, no matter what. Yep. Those boats really do come in handy. Yeah. But you know what EPCOT stands for? Every person comes out tired. You ever heard that one? That used to be a big one. But it's true. It's true. It is a lot of walking. It's
a lot of walking. There's a lot of areas to get inside, and there's still cool things to do, right? Like I talked about the aquarium, right? The aquarium is massive. It's huge, and there's so many cool things in there. It's 2 stories. There's tanks. There's like little tanks and everything. You can go up and see the manatees, and they're feeding the manatees. There's also the mission space like play area that you've talked about before, Steve. Like, so there's ways to get inside and get out of the heat. Take advantage of it. Club Cool, right? Go in the Mexico Pyramid and hang out. Some of the shows in World Showcase, those don't get as much traffic as some of the other things. So if you're taking it easy and you want to relax a little bit, go check out, the America show. Go check out the show in China. Those 360 vision shows, they're pretty cool, right? It's not like the most flashy and exciting thing, but it's a good way to get out of the heat and kind of, see something different.
And they're cool. Yeah. And I mean, there's so much to do at Epcot. Like, as you said, we're not there during the Food and Wine Festival, right? And you talked all about that, but like, even when it's Diet Epcot, right? When there's even no festivals, it's like all the snacks around the World Showcase, everything you can eat and drink. Yep. Those all take time and effort and whatever, but they're so worth it, right? Yeah. It's so hard to do everything, but that's why I love the Skyliner and the Epcot resorts. You can just pop in, right? Yep. That's the way to do it. It's like a couple of nights, just pop in, do a couple little things, It's so nice.
It makes a big difference coming in the International Gateway. I really, I love staying. I love Caribbean Beach. That's one of my favorites. Yeah. Beach Club was amazing in walking distance, right? Boardwalk is the same. You're kind of like right in there. Yeah, so there's so many good options over there. And just Epcot it's such a diverse park where you could do it so many different ways and still have fun, right? Like that's why I love Epcot so much, because it's not just rides and attractions and all this stuff. It's there's really cool cultural stuff to see. There's cool shows. There's good food, good drinks. Like it's just you could do it 10 times and never do the same setup and have a good time every time, right?
Absolutely.
So that really takes it over the top for Epcot for me.
Definitely. Yeah. It's the park to just stop and smell the roses. Yeah. To not pass by those little things that catch your eye.
Yeah. Man, I just keep thinking of other, like, we could spend all night thinking of all, like, unique things, right? Like, they have the Garden Rocks Festival I've talked about. You can actually go on and see the lineup for that, and, there's some good artists and good shows that play there. And we just stumbled across it one time and saw Hanson, and, like, everybody knows who Hanson is, right? Like, there's a lot of bands like that end up playing, and, we talked on one episode, like John Stamos was there for some,
For the holidays.
yeah. Like there's cool stuff to see. And those are just like, that's just part of the park day, right? Like it's not like an extra ticket to go see those. You're just walking by and you can sit down. It's really cool. And then like during the garden festival, they also have the butterfly tent. Have you been there for this?
No.
Oh,
I don't even know about this.
This between Imagination and the Land, they build like a big, huge butterfly tent.
Oh.
And you can go in and walk through, and there's like thousands of butterflies in there. I can't believe we didn't talk about this. This was one of the things that, we did this. And when they have that there, between those two pavilions, there's like that grassy hill in the background. Yeah. So when they have that tent there, they also occasionally have Pooh Bear come out on the hill with a butterfly net. So we've been there for that for a couple times. But the butterfly thing is really cool. It's just like a random thing they have set up, and you can walk through and see like real live butterflies. Like they've got the chrysalis cocoons and everything in there, and then there's just thousands of butterflies flying around in this like tent. And the topiaries and everything they do for the garden festival is really cool.
I know, that's so cool, the butterfly thing. I've been in those like in other places, and it's really cool. Yeah, there's gonna be things that just get your attention and make you want to sit and watch. And I'd say don't fight the urge to do so when you're at Epcot for sure. Yeah, because you'll be back. If you missed one ride, you'll be back, right? So.
And once you get a taste of those fish and chips, there's nothing you're gonna be craving those for the rest of your life.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Well, this was great. I mean, I think patting the cat strategy, patting the free Caballeros challenge. We're really contributing to Epcot, strategy here. So that was fantastic.
Oh man, makes me want to go back.
I know, right? Oh man.
Listeners, if you want to go back to Epcot and you want to try out the cat strategy, there's only one thing you can do right now. It's pick up the phone. Call your travel agent, Steve, at Just That Magic Travel. He'll hook it up. He'll get you at one of the amazing resorts on the Skyliner, whether it's a deluxe at Beach Club, Yacht Club, Boardwalk, Riviera, whether it's a moderate Caribbean Beach, whether it's a value, Art of Animation, Pop Century. All those are right on Skyliner. And you'll have a blast at Epcot. You'll be able to pop right into Hollywood Studios. Call Steve. He'll hook it up.
100%. No, hey, couldn't have said it better myself. Steve at justthatmagictravel.com. Get in touch. So, well, thanks for taking us around the world, Mike, for Epcot. That was amazing. And listeners, let us know. Leave a comment on this episode on Spotify. Leave a 5-star review. Tell us what you thought. Do you want more of these episodes where we go through the strategies? Do you want us to do the other parks? Do you want to do 2 days at Epcot? Do you want to do 1 day at Magic Kingdom? I love these. This is my bread and butter here. So this is a ton of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what people come up with. I want to hear the criticisms, and also, I get a couple pats on the back here for some of this stuff. I feel like
couldn't hurt.
I feel like I did pretty good. I don't know.
I thought you did amazing. No, I that was like a tour de force right there. That was amazing. So, but you know what? Listeners, if you leave a 5-star rating, you can say whatever you want. I'm just going to put that out there. Say whatever you want.
That's okay.
Just make sure we can read it on the podcast. Right?
Yeah.